Hello, I'm George Cox. Welcome to this edition of WestfordCAT News. On today's show, an update on the proposed asphalt plant, all-girls challenge, a new health tip with Reka Shermer, and so much more. The asphalt plant proposed near the Chelmsford border just off Groton Road, up the street from WestfordCAT, recently received 3 permits from the planning board, but it was looking to get 4. The final permit, one allowing developer Newport Materials to build a major commercial project, was turned down 4-1 by the planning board following very long meetings on back-to-back nights. Those meetings were in place due to a deadline imposed by Land Court Judge Alexander Sands, who sent the matter back to the planning board after the planning board's original ruling was appealed. The board had been given a vast array of information during the past few weeks, and Newport representatives said that much more information remained available from the first application process in 2009. Planning board member Matt Lewin noted that the limited time frame made processing the information difficult at best.
I need to get an idea of how I can make an informed decision. I don't have enough facts, right? So how can we close the, I can't make a decision.
Planning board member Dennis Galvin, who was on the board during the 2009 process, said he still needed more information on certain topics to feel comfortable approving the permit.
I'm going to just very briefly go through what my concerns about this project are. This is a long process. What we have here is a situation where we have a traditionally an old industrial area now, as a result of growth, butting up against a very highly developed residential area. We need to look to the town for guidance with regards to what the policy is as we make our decision. I look to four sources. First source would be the original town bylaw with regard to light manufacturing. It's still active. I'm not going to repeat it here, but I think from my reading of that, as it was the first time I voted for this, it indicated that this project was not suitable for this particular town. With regard to special permit criteria, as we've just discussed and were referenced to the attorney, the criteria that we have to determine is whether or not this particular project will cause substantial detriment to the neighborhood of the town based on the characteristics of the site and the characteristics of the proposal in relation to the site. There are several criteria listed, 6 criteria for special permits. 2 of them I have issues with regard to this proposal. One of them is the neighborhood character and social structures, and the last one is potential fiscal impacts regarding town services, particularly the tax base, property values, and employment. I don't think they were covered. There's also the major commercial project criteria. And that states that community character is an essential element of the review. The project must be compatible with the neighborhood. The location, size, and design, building materials, and operating characteristics of the proposed development shall be compatible with abutting properties, natural and built environment in the area, and the surrounding neighborhoods. Consideration given to the following: harmony and scale, bulk, massing, generation of traffic and the capacity of surrounding streets, and consistency with the goals and objectives of the town of Westford's master plan. Went to the master plan, reviewed several sections of the master plan. One in particular, natural resources and open space. The first goal of the natural resources and open space section is to coordinate, to the extent practical, the work of town boards and departments to provide clean, safe, healthy, diverse, and vibrant natural surroundings. I went to the housing and neighborhood section, and the first goal on that one, was to support and preserve distinctive, cohesive neighborhoods by ensuring that the new development, alterations to existing buildings, and redevelopment are compatible with surrounding homes in density, scale, and design. And as I look at this project, my concerns are the following. First, we have an issue of substantial traffic. It's come to the more we get into this, the more I got to believe that we really don't know what exactly the impacts of this are, and I feel like I'm reaching into the dark And I'm not sure that we have an accurate assessment of it. However, on what was given, it was clear that between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., there will be a substantial impact to traffic at the entrance to this site. And that was stated by the client themselves. I don't think that that is that's conducive to the neighborhood in the area. I also believe that there will be increased emissions. I believe that there will be a danger of fire and hazard. I believe that there will be a danger of potential odor. And I also believe that, there will be issues regarding confined space. Now, let me just state this. None of these issues that I just debated may rise, they're all risks. They may not rise to the level where they exceed industry standards of acceptable risk, but taken comparably and given the nature of the situation, they present to me a detrimental condition on this particular neighborhood. And last but not least, I am convinced from testimony that was provided this evening that this project will involve a potential impact on property values, and I don't think there has been evidence to suggest that it won't. And for that reason, I would oppose the project.
Newport will also be going before the Zoning Board of Appeals in early May for separate issues related to the plant. On the script. There's one intersection in Amnasset that has long been a problem for local motorists. That may be changing soon. Here's Andrew Sylvia with more on the story.
The corner of Groton Road and Oak Hill Road is one of the most dangerous in town. There was a fatality here in 2012, and there's been many more close calls since then. But local officials are looking to do something about it. The town of Westford's engineering department is overseeing design improvements to the intersection and nearby streets. Ranked as the 99th most dangerous intersection in the region, town engineer Paul Sterrett recently held an open house to get feedback on where the town should focus its efforts.
We think the feedback we've been getting so far is very positive. People are excited about having opportunities for pedestrian improvements, sidewalks on all sides, pedestrian activated signals. There will also, we've looked at making these fully protected turns. That means that vehicles that want to turn left or turn right will have protected movements, meaning that the lights will be a green arrow or a red arrow, so all the through traffic will stop. So you won't be trying to make a guess at a gap or trying to judge if you have enough room to make a turn. It'll be your turn and your turn only to make a movement through the intersection. That'll be a big safety improvement here.
Issues with the corner have helped bring some state assistance for the project, with construction expected to begin in 2017. For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
We'll have more on what's going on that intersection as information becomes available. A group of Westford kids are gaining some major accolades in the world of robotics. Andrew Sylvia has more.
The Westford Storm Gears recently won the Rookie All-Star Award at the First Robotics North Shore District event. The team has worked together before in the First LEGO League, or FLL, a robotics competition for younger competitors. However, this is their first competition above the FLL level. For Storm Gears coach Lisa DeQuino, the season was an unqualified success, but it was also very different from the team's experience in FLL.
Very different. Very, very different. You know, it's not the Lego pieces anymore. It's real life. You know, the kids had to use soldering irons and machining tools and things like that. And I think they've learned a lot, and the mentors did a great job. You know, not just showing them what to do, but also telling them about some of the non-technical stuff that they need to learn in real life, you know, as they go onto the workplace.
You can find out more about the Storm Gears at stormgears.org. For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
Great job, Storm Gears. On Tuesday, May 5th, are the Westford town elections. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. This year, there's only one contested race for the school committee. Candidates will seek to fill the seats of Angela Harkness, Margaret Murray, and Terrence Ryan. Ryan is seeking re-election, and he will be joined by challengers Avery Adam, Pranav Malpur, and Christopher Sanders. There are also candidates for the Board of Selectmen, Board of Health, Library Trustees, and Planning Board, although those races are all uncontested. Voters will also decide upon whether bonds for the proposed fire station on Boston Road will be exempt from Proposition 2.5 limitations following town meeting's vote to approve funding for the fire station earlier this spring. For more information on where to vote, head to the town clerk's page at westfordma.gov or check out WestfordCAT News on May 5th. Westford recently hosted an event that hopes to spark a revolution in STEM education for local area girls. Andrew Sylvia has more on the story.
48 girls in grades 6 through 12 took over Red Hat in Westford last month to compete in the All-Girl Challenge. This creativity marathon, developed by Flying Bridges, asks girls to use design thinking, technology, and entrepreneurship to create products that can impact a social problem. Westford was selected to launch the first ever challenge hosted at Red Hat, where girls from over 10 surrounding towns formed 12 teams charged with developing a product idea that would help persons living with disabilities. The keynote address by Congresswoman Nikki Song has fueled their confidence and prepared the girls to compete for cash prizes funded by Flying Bridges and the Westford Rotary Club. Songus was so impressed with the event that she awarded Red Hat's Marion Duffy with a special congressional award honoring her work with the girls. State Representative Jim Arciero was also on hand to recognize the professional role models and youth advisors for their commitment to this effort.
You can find out more on the All-Girls Challenge at the website below. Here's Bill Olson with this week's Superintendent Update.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson with another informational update. Last week I had an opportunity to have lunch and speak to the Rotary Club of Westford. It was an enjoyable opportunity, and I was able to talk with the Rotary Club about some of our initiatives and the importance of hiring and training quality staff in our school system. We have terrific staff, great students, and wonderful things happen, as you know, in preschool through grade 12 in our school system, with many accolades received throughout the year. I also want to thank the Rotary Club for the dictionaries that they distribute every year to every third grade student in the Westford Public Schools. For the last several years, I've had an opportunity to travel around to the Crisafulli, Day, and Abbott schools and distribute the dictionaries with them. And when the kids receive them, it's like a holiday gift, and they appreciate it, and we appreciate everything that the Rotary Club does for the school system. Last week I had an opportunity to participate in Immigration Day at the Abbott School. That is an annual lesson that the children go through in grade 4. I want to thank the staff for all of the efforts that they put in, and all of the students for their wonderful costumes that the parents helped them prepare, and the parents have done a wonderful job. It's a story about populations moving to the United States and landing at Ellis Island, and all of the challenges and the joys associated with the immigration process to this country. Students were dressed in period and appropriate costumes reflecting Western European and some Eastern European cultures. They learned an awful lot, and I was able to administer the oath of citizenship, which is always a thrill. And I want to thank Representative Arciero and Senator Donahue for also attending and very actively participating in that day. As of this week, which is towards the early part of spring in our school year, we are beginning to look at kindergarten models for the 2016-2017 school year. Our thought is to bring forth a proposal to the school committee that combines the traditional half-day sessions, but with some alternatives for full-day sessions also. And we'll be developing that plan over the next few weeks and months to present to the school committee either towards the end of our school year this year or the very beginning of next school year. We're also working with the Space Utilization Subcommittee that I've formed after the Space Utilization Subcommittee of the school committee presented its report on capacity and enrollments. I have recommended to the school committee that we form an administrative team that will consist of all elementary principals in particular, along with our Director of Pupil Services and our Assistant Superintendent and our Director of Finance. And we will study a number of issues associated with enrollments, building capacity, looking at short and long-term plans to look at when we might be able to close a school in Westford. That will only happen, of course, if our enrollment continues to decline. What I want to remind everyone is that we're only about 152 students less than our historical high enrollment of 5,325 students in the 2008-2009 school year. Our Educator Evaluation Committee has been very active this year. That is a steering committee that has helped us in the implementation of all phases of the Educator Evaluation model. We have several subcommittees developing different aspects of the final phases of the educator evaluation model, including district-determined measures upon which we rate teacher effectiveness with student learning. And we're also working on the development of student surveys in grades 3 through 5 and grades 6 through 12. Thanks for watching, and I'll provide an update in the future.
Here's Jody Ross with the Town Manager Update.
Hi, I'm Jody Ross, Westford's Town Manager, and I'm here to tell you a few of the things going on this week. So first of all, I'd like to announce that Jim Sullivan is retiring. He's been a member of our Board of Selectmen for 9 years, and he was on the Finance Committee for 9 years prior to that, and he served on various other committees during that time. So really 18 years of dedicated service to the town, and he is not running again. So we wished him well at the last Board of Selectmen meeting, and you know, hopefully he'll have some more time to enjoy his family and other activities. Another thing, an exciting event tonight is the Road and Bush 50th anniversary, and they're actually honoring Ellen Hardy as the Person of the Year, and there'll be lots of different activities at the Franco where we'll be honoring her and giving speeches and other things. So hopefully that will be televised and you'll be able to see that if you're not attending. So a couple of other things going on. If you went to town meeting, one of the ideas we have is to enter a contract with electricity suppliers to reduce your electric bills. And I'm in the process of securing the contract now with the consultant. It will have to go to the Department of Public Utilities for approval with the state, and then probably in about 5 or 6 months you will see that your electric bill goes down unless you decide to opt out. And we will be talking about that a little bit at our upcoming strategic planning retreat. Every year for the past 5 years, we have offered a strategic planning retreat at Kimball Farm. This year it will be June 18th. WCAT generally comes and televises it, but we encourage you to come. About 150 residents go, and we have 4 topics each year that we talk about. And the 4 that the selectmen have chosen, at least at this point, are the Pedestrian Safety Committee. They're looking at sidewalks in town, bike routes, alternate forms of transportation, and they're looking to get from the public, what are your concerns, where would you like sidewalks. We're going to be talking about whether we snowplow sidewalks, which is something the town has traditionally not done. So that will be one of the topics. We're also going to talk about town farm, and if you're familiar with the town farm property, that's where the recreation department is located now, near our Rogers Fire Station. And that is a historic building, but it has some serious structural deficiencies, and we need to determine whether we're going to renovate this building or what we're going to do. So there's actually a task force that has been assigned to that, and they will be discussing ideas that night at the retreat. So if you have interest in that, that would be an interesting discussion to participate in. We'll probably be discussing green communities, which is energy efficiency, sustainable energy discussion, solar farms, those kinds of things. That will probably be one of the topics. And we will discuss the electricity aggregation program that I just spoke of that night too. And the fire station. Next week on May 5th is the election, and the debt exclusion question on should we construct a new fire station is on that ballot. So if that passes, we will be discussing the new center fire station and the plans, and also combining dispatch, which was approved at town meeting, and get some ideas for what we will build where the old fire station stands now when it's taken down. And we want to hear from the public on what your ideas are on that too. A couple other groups have started. One is on the town center parking and traffic. Obviously, those of you who drive through town center know we have some sort of problem trying to get through, and some parking situations. So there is a new task force that will start meeting to discuss that, and there was a plan done by one of our planning agencies that we need to make some decisions now about. Also, we just formed we are forming a Disabilities Affair Committee. So we'll be advertising for any of you who are interested in serving on that new commission, and they will look at things like crosswalks and handicapped accessibility into buildings. And so watch for those notices. We also we have some turnover about to happen on our Finance Committee. The chair, Mark Cost, is running for selectman, and so he is the only person running, so we assume he will get elected. And also another member has given notice, so we will be advertising. If you're interested in either one of those positions, please fill out a citizen activity form on our website, westfordma.gov, and we will process that. One final note is the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce has asked if they may film our town center with a drone. So this is going to be coming up over the next couple of weeks, and so if you look out your window and you see a drone flying by, know that that is the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. And if you're not sure about that, you can certainly call our police station and report another drone. So anyway, that's it for this week, and thank you very much.
Here's Dan Trumey with an update on sports.
Greetings, this is Dan Toomey from the Westford Academy Athletic Department, and here's the update. First, we have several events coming up. One of them is the senior banquet for student athletes here. Kicks off the senior activities for the class of 2015. All the senior student athletes will receive a plaque. In order to register and receive that plaque, you do need to visit the Westford Academy wagrayGhost.com website for more information and fill out an online form by next week, which is May 3rd. So please try to get to that deadline. Also, another event coming up is the Patriots fundraiser put on by the Westford Academy Athletic Booster Club on Wednesday, June 10th. We've had a great turnout by the town of Westford and support from all the vendors in town as well for that. So please put that one on your calendar. I believe tickets are on sale for that now as well. As far as the athletic teams, it's a very challenging and competitive spring sports season now that we're finally up and running. Girls lacrosse currently stands at 6-4-1 with a most recent tie versus Weston and a win versus Boston Latin. Boys lacrosse has a very challenging schedule, currently sitting at 4-7, and they'll be in the hunt for a playoff spot come tournament time. They have a very challenging schedule on the way out, but certainly think they can do it. Boys volleyball, a lot of seniors in this class currently sits at 6-4. They most recently met Newton South, who's defending Division I state champion. But again, they have a very challenging schedule throughout here, but looking to be in a good spot right now. Girls tennis had some recent wins, 3-2 wins over Acton Boxborough and Lincoln Sudbury with a almost complete lineup, so keep working girls tennis. Boys tennis also had some wins recently over Lincoln Sudbury and Concord Carlisle, so keep battling for boys tennis and girls tennis. Softball sits at 5-2 right now with a win over Acton Boxborough recently, but has about 13 games to go here in a couple weeks, so they will be very busy as far as how many games they have to play. 3 or 4 games a week the rest of the way for them. Baseball sitting at 3-6 right now, in the middle of a challenging dual county league schedule. They have Acton Boxborough, 2 Acton Boxborough games coming up, as well as many other challenging dual county league games, so keep working, guys. Boys track is undefeated in the league right now, and they have Acton Boxborough and Lincoln Sudbury remaining on the schedule, and they are doing a great job. Girls track picked up a win versus Waltham recently in a tri-meet versus Waltham and Bedford. A lot of great performances there. Lexi Pop setting a school record earlier on in the season as well. So great job by all the spring student athletes, and I'll be back soon for another update. Thank you and have a good day.
Want to find out about healthy eating tips? Well, here's our very own Rekha Sharma with this week's health tip.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm going to talk about avocado. Avocado is a rich source of vitamins, minerals, beta-carotenes, and omega-3. It helps to improve your vision because of the presence of antioxidant lutein, and it also prevents macular degeneration. It is helpful for people having osteoporosis because of the presence of potassium by enhancing the absorption and assimilation of calcium. It is also helpful for people having depression because it lowers depression by controlling homocysteine. Homocysteine is responsible for lowering the levels of good hormones, that is serotonin. It is an excellent natural detox because of the presence of fibers. It is excellent in improving your digestion. So add some avocado to your diet to get the benefits. Bye for now.
Well, spring is in the air. We're finally getting some nice weather, and here's our very own Joe Seppi with this week's weather.
Hello, Westford. This is Joe Seppi with the weather forecast for the first week of May. It looks like a nice stretch of warm weather is headed our way. Here is what's coming up. Monday will be a beautiful, mostly sunny day with a high of 80 and a low of 58. On Tuesday, it'll be cloudy with possible showers later in the day and overnight. The high will be 73 and low 52. There will be lots of sun on Wednesday with a high around 75 and low around 50. Thursday will be partly sunny with a high of 74 and low of 51. Friday will be mostly cloudy with occasional showers at night. The high will be 74 and low 54. That is the Westford weather. Have a great week, everyone. Perfect.
Want to find out what's going on in the great town of Westford? Here's Ira Keltz to tell you more.
Hey Westford, I'm Ira Keltz, and here's what's happening in town next few weeks. It's May, and that means it's time for the Apple Blossom Festival. The annual carnival put on by the Westford Kiwanis is in the Abbott School parking lot and begins 6 p.m. on Wednesday, May 13th, and will continue through Sunday, May 17th. There's also an ice cream social on Thursday, the Battle of the Bands at 5:30 on Friday, and of course the Apple Blossom Parade on Saturday. For schedules on all of this and other Apple Blossom events, head to westford.org/Kiwanis. You can learn about internet privacy at the J.B. Fletcher Library from librarian and privacy rights activist Allison Macrina. She'll be holding an event on Thursday, May 21st at the library to help offer some basic solutions confronting those who are fearful of losing their privacy on the internet. It's free and open to ages 16 and up. The Westford Summer Music Program is now accepting registration for a week of music making from July 6th to the 10th. The program is led by Westford Academy's George Arsenault, Karen St. George, and the Abbott and Day School's Todd Hamelin. For more information or to register, go to westfordk12.us/summer music. The Health Department's offering a parent support group for any parent concerned that their child might be struggling with a mental health issue. On May 12th, the support group will gather around the topic of oppositional defiance disorder. There will also be an open discussion on June 9th. Both events will take place at the Millennium School at 7 p.m. That's what's happening in Westford. I'm Ira Keltz. Back to you, George.
Thank you, Ira. I'd like to remind you, if you want to be involved in WestfordCAT, maybe produce your very own show, drop us a line at westfordcat.org. For all of us at WestfordCAT, we want to wish you a great week. I'm George Cox. We'll see you again next time.